homeschoolers. We are so diverse and so multifaceted. It's very exciting. You may know me as the LARPing lady, since that is what I've done in this community since 2017. And I just want to come on here and give you some ideas about how to do special needs homeschooling. Now, again, my name is Dana, and I had homeschooled my son, Sam, since he was in second grade in 2008. And now he's 23, he's graduated, and he is high functioning autistic. So I determined from when we started homeschooling that I was not going to bring public school at home. Or private school at home in our case, because he went to a Christian private school. So what I did is I used unit studies and unschooling, play schooling, and game schooling. And all of those four created a learning environment, a lifelong learning environment. Was it easy? Certainly not that. I had a lot to learn. So I just want to come on here and pass on some of those ideas to you in hopes that it would help you. So what is special needs homeschooling? Well, it's homeschooling a child who has some sort of special or exceptional need, like autism or ADHD, ADD, whatever the case is. So my particular experience, like I said, is autism. And the advantage of that to me was that I didn't need to be Johnny on the spot advocate 24 hours a day. You know, the stress of that when he was in kindergarten or first grade, it was just incredible how much stress there was. And on him, that's the other thing. He had so much stress in first grade. I look back at it and go, why? Why did they do that? And it also enables flexibility and being able to custom tailor an education to your student with their particular learning styles and your teaching styles. Very important. It's just more effective. And also it helps to build a bond between parent and child. So those are the advantages of special needs homeschooling. Now I'll go over those three different types of situations. Unschooling. First of all, unschooling is letting your child take the wheel, take the direction of what they're going to study, and giving them the tools to research it, and giving them the opportunities to research it. For instance, when my son was just beginning his homeschooling situation in second grade, I gave him a lot of time, and he researched all about dinosaurs. I could not teach him like that. There's no way. He knows this stuff to this day. I rhymed. And then he also got interested in World War II and countless other subjects throughout the years. In fact, he ended his high school career by pretty much strictly unschooling, and we went through together and we tabulated all the hours, all the subjects he had done, and I realized pretty quickly that he had more than qualified for a high school diploma. So, and realizing too, here's a quick tip, that you've got to know, okay, which direction is my child going to go on? For us, I knew that Sam would not most likely go to college. He was not going to get a job. His ambition and goal was to be an entrepreneur, which is fine with me because I'm an entrepreneur and I could help him. So I knew that when he was in high school, and that helped us with our plan. You know, but even if you do unit studies or play schooling, game schooling, unschooling, they're going to retain it better in all those subjects better. And so, you know, it's not really that much of a worry. This idea that, oh, they're behind, that is a false premise. That is a construct of the public school system. And what really matters is mastery of subject matter. So like, for instance, math, if you need your child to get mastery of math, you find out what works for them, and if it's in an unschooling environment, it may be okay. So what are they interested in? Are they interested in cooking? Have them cook. That's math. Are they interested in music? Teach them music theory. That's math. So it's thinking like that, thinking outside the box. So this is an example of unschooling. And then play schooling. Play is an important part of human development, especially in children. It really helps children learn better, connect those synapses, and really, truthfully, is best for everyone, no matter what age you are. But play is a more effective way of learning, especially when it's immersive. And that's one of the reasons why we started our live action role-playing club that meets during the school year on a summer camp. We've been doing this through 2017, and we incorporate Bible, we incorporate drama, we incorporate history, and we incorporate writing and all sorts of things. So it's a very effective way to get that information in the head. Not like, when I was in school, it was cram. And what did I retain? Not very much, I'll tell you. The thing I remember most, especially about elementary school, is playing a role-playing game all about the Oregon Trail. I'll never forget that. But all the other stuff, all the facts, let's see, what was the rhyme? Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. Well, yeah, I remember that year, but does it really have anything to do with anything? So play schooling is a vital way to immerse your child. For instance, one of our students who comes to our LARPing club, he is in a co-op up in Littleton, and he had to do a presentation on the Odyssey. Well, we did Greek history last year, and Odyssey was part of it. We did a whole role-playing LARPing unit on that, and so when it came time for him to do that presentation, he knew it, and it gave him a lot of confidence. So that is just one little example of the powerful nature of play. For instance, I do this plot based on the Bible and based on history, and we do the live action or the role playing first, and then I explain it, and they go, oh, well, I just lived it. They just remember it so much better. So that's play schooling. And then game schooling. Game schooling is what it sounds like. It's just obviously using games. For me, even when I was in elementary school, the way I learned how to do math was by playing poker. Yep, my family played poker, and that's how I learned. So to this day, I know the addition like that. It's just in my brain, has been since I was in elementary school. So you can do game schooling for any subject. Just go down to a thrift store and find all sorts of games. Make sure that the pieces are all there. But, for instance, we used to play bananagrams. We used to play Hangman, one of my favorite games, for spelling. We used to play all sorts of games, Pictionary, Balderdash. There's a game for any type of learning that you want to do. You could do just game schooling. That's it. It could happen. All right, so that's about game schooling. So in conclusion, why do these different kinds of schooling for your special needs child? Because it helps them major on their strengths and helps their weaknesses. It engages them and makes them enthusiastic, and that's going to make for better learning and give a lifelong desire to learn. My son still has this at 23. He's still researching. He's still doing all of that. And then a tip, when you're trying to think about how to make that bond with your child, or how to get them out of school refusal, which we had big time, find out what they're interested in and then immerse yourself in it. That's going to drastically improve your relationship, which is going to give them a lifelong joy of learning. They're going to learn more effectively, and it's going to also just change your life. This is what it did for me. For instance, my son, when he was in middle school, somewhere around there, said, he got really into cryptozoology. That's the study of unknown creatures. And that kind of, made him also go into zoology and all of that. But he said to me one night, "Mom, I want you to go Bigfooting with me." And frankly, I was scared. Now, I'm a child of the 70s. That was big back then, so he kind of rekindled this interest I had. But I was scared. But I knew that I needed to dive into this. So we went camping in 2019, Bigfooting, looked around the forest. I was scared, but I loved it, fell in love with it. I started researching it and absorbing everything I could about it. And then we have been going on regular Bigfooting adventures ever since. So what has these two things done, the LARPing and the Bigfoot adventures? Well, it has brought my son out of his shell. Before, he was like stuck in front of the computer. He could not get out of it. And he is so out of his shell. He's so much better able to function, and he has enthusiasm about life, and it's brought us really a lot closer together. So it is definitely worth it. And one resource I highly suggest that really taught me all this is a website called AspergerExperts.com. That was started by Danny Rady, who is a young man with Asperger's, and it is phenomenal. It will get you out of this tunnel vision about what that means, what special needs mean, what autism means, and how to help it. And he has some phenomenal ideas that are practical, and they sure helped me. And one of those was immerse yourself in your child's interests. All right, so check out our live action role-playing club. Like I said, it's done so much good for so many kids. If you want them to make friends, to get some physical exercise, especially if they're not into mainstream sports. We do a lot of sword fighting. You want them to experience drama. You want them to be encouraged about their walk with God. Want them to learn more about that in an immersive, non-threatening, loving way. If you want them to really embrace learning and a love for learning, and also if they just really love fantasy, because all of this is set in fantasy, and I play a queen of Monterian, and they will, like I said, they'll make friends, they'll get interested in writing. In fact, a couple of my first students hated writing when they came to our group, and then through our character making process, they actually decided they were going to write novels. So this is the kind of power that this has. We would love to have you just go to explorerslarpingclub.com, go to the link below, and check it all out and find out more. And come visit us. Our monthly events are free, and I'll write those dates below. So we'd love to have you. All right, thanks again for watching this. This is Dana Susan Beasley of AngelArts.biz. Together, may we reach new heights in our homeschooling and beyond.